Who's there, Kathy? Hello there, Kelly. Oh, hello everybody. Good afternoon. Time for another game of blind Strat-O-Matic baseball with your host, Blind Melon Chitlin. No, I'm Spokane Steve. Just feel, oh my goodness. I don't know, adjust my eyes here. All right. June 18th, 1966, we're going to have the California Angels at the Kansas City Athletics today. The second of a 4-game set. This will end up being with a doubleheader on the 19th. Greetings, Mangler. Welcome in, and hello to Blaine Shores, who's here. Beautiful afternoon in Northeast Texas. We've got another acceptable fall day, 50, mostly cloudy. Not the greatest, but you know what? When we start getting into this time of the year, anything above freezing, I'll take it. Angels will send their ace, Dean Chance, to the mound. Chance on the replay is 9-5, 3.42, 14 starts, 3 complete games, 2 of them shutouts. He's worked 105 in the third innings, which ranks among the league leaders, and surrendered just 79 hits. Not a lot of strikeouts, 55, and he's walked 55. Chuck Dobson, the right-hander for Kansas City, is 2-5, 4.53, 11 starts, 60 innings of work, just 52 hits allowed, but he also walks quite a few, 37 walks, 48 strikeouts. Hey there, Mike. Welcome in. How you doing? For Mangler, a chance to see Dean Chance in action. I'm trying to find, yeah, that lighting is not working for me. Let's try another one. God, none of them are working today as far as I'm concerned. Or is this thing just dying? Maybe that's what it is. That's terrible. Wow, yeah, it seems dim on every setting. Hang on. I should have left it alone. It wasn't that bad before. All right, let's try it again. And that's, hang on a second. I'm going to bring in the sun lamp for a little additional light here. Okay. A little too much. All right, the sun lamp will help. I can see it. Hopefully that looks good to you guys. Meanwhile, Bill has entered the room along with Ernest and Ben. I'm going to have to take a look at this ring light. But for now, I can see the cards. Hopefully you guys can see it all right. I just moved the sun lamp in to provide a little extra light. I think this ring light might be dying, but I have another one. Or the settings for, I don't know, ever since this Windows 11 update, I would get up in the morning and all my stuff it's been restarted, you know what I mean? I don't like it. Anyway, let's get underway here. Enough delay. Here's the lineup for the Angels. Jose Cardinal in center field. Willie Smith in left field. Jim Fregosi, the shortstop, bats third. Norm Seaburn at first base in the cleanup spot. Ed Kirkpatrick will be in right field. Bobby Knopp at second base hits sixth. Bob Rogers, the catcher. Paul Schaal at third base, rounded out with Chance, the pitcher, hitting ninth. Added a B supplement to my diet, to my, what do you call them? Supplements. B complex, I guess. And of course, increased vitamin D now that it's gloomy most of the time. Well, open your other eye, Ben. Come on. Wow, did you, Ernest? A 1971 Ben Gay commercial featuring Hoyt Wilhelm. Did he knuckle it right in there? Okay, here we go. Here's the umpires for today's ball game. It's going to be Ed Runge behind the plate, Red Flaherty at first, Al Salerno at second, and Marty Springstead down at third. Dobson, the Athletics pitcher, completes his warm-ups as Jose Cardinal steps to the plate. Cardinal hitting .248, 7 home runs, 27 RBIs. Dobson in the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-7 right-handed, and he walks him. So Cardinal starts the game off by drawing a walk. Hey, unmitigated. Let's check the stealing now. Cardinal is star 17. We'll check the battery, is what I meant to say. Dobson is 0. Roof is 0. So Cardinal held at 15. Willie Smith at the plate. It's been a struggle for Willie. Just 13 for 80. It's a 163 average. Dobson staring in. Rolling for the lead is Cardinal. 2 through 6. That's going to be an 11. He does not get the lead. And here's the pitch from the stretch to Willie Smith. It's a 2-10 right-handed. Ground ball to second base. Green has it. Goes to Campy for 1. To first, not in time. Smith beats it out. 4-6 force. And the batter is Jim Fregosi. Fregosi leads the club in hitting at .323. 7 home runs, 38 RBIs. Dobson with a 2-7 right-handed. Called strike 3. Fregosi not happy about it. Home plate umpire Runge barks something at him, and he returns to the dugout with 2 down. Norm Seaburn, the hitter. Seaburn at .255, 2 homers, 14 RBIs. Left-handed hitting first baseman. Dobson's pitch is a 3-3 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. Second walk in the inning for Dobson. Moving to second is Willie Smith. And that'll get Ed Kirkpatrick to the plate here in the first inning. For Kirkpatrick, it's been a season-long struggle, still at hitting just 167. He does have 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. I could see that if he was facing lefties all the time, but he hardly ever faces a lefty. Okay, the pitch from Dobson, 110 righty. Comebacker. Dobson's got it, whirls around, fires to second for the force, and that's going to do it. So the Angels strand a pair in the first, and after half an inning of play, it's California nothing, Kansas City coming to bat. Angels on a 3-game skid. In this 4-game set, Kansas City won the first game, so they have 1 win in a row. Hardly enough to get excited about. Thank you, thank you. Our next song is called Night After Night, and it's about 2 nights in a row. Here's the lineup for Kansas City. Bert Campaneris at shortstop. Jim Gosker is in center field today. Mike Hirschberger in right. Roger Repos is at first base, hitting cleanup. Danny Cater at third. Larry Stahl is in left. Dick Green, the second baseman, dropped down to the 7th spot for some reason. Phil Roof, the catcher, hits 8th. And Dobson in the 9th spot. And Ernest gets it. Oh my goodness. And Mangler gets it. That one I wasn't sure if anybody was going to get. I used to have that on vinyl, believe it or not. I used to make mixtapes when I worked the graveyard shift in the supermarket stocking shelves, and I tried to find things that would crack the guys up, little surprise selections to sneak in there. Out of left field stuff, like that. That's right, Lenny and the Squigtones. Oh my goodness. I can't believe how many people know about that. I'm momentarily speechless. Okay, we go to the bottom of the first. Chance ready to go to work. Campy Campaneris will start it off, hitting .271, 1 homer, 24 RBIs. He does have 17 extra base hits, just only 1 homer. And great speed. Here's the pitch for Chance on a 3-9 right-handed. He pops him up left side. Fregosi will take it, and there's 1 down. God, Ernest even knows all the words. Well, Ben, I'm 69 and I barely remember the courtship of Eddie's father, so yeah. Here's Gosker now in his brief time with Kansas City. He's 5 for 19, a .263 average. He came over from Boston, didn't he? I want to say. Let's check his full stats here. Gosker on the season, 199 overall. So he's picked it up a bit since coming to Kansas City. He does have 3 home runs. Chance for the windup and the pitch on a 6-6 left-handed. That's going to be hit into right center, double to 7. Here's the roll. He'll settle for the long single, and Gosker is aboard. And Bill says, awful show. I liked it as a kid. It probably was awful. Hang on, I'm going to play with the ring light again because I can't leave well enough alone. I think that's all we're going to get out of the ring light today. Here's Hirschberger. Well, I know Ernest, but Ben's like 50. My sister's 55, and I'll guarantee, one of my sisters, I should say, is 55. I guarantee you she's never heard of it. Better, I forgot about Nanny and the Professor. Oh my goodness, another one from that era. And Bill, you know, that wasn't the first Bill Bixby show. The first, of course, My Favorite Martian. And then he was the Hulk and the Magician. After that, I don't know. Or I should say, other than that, I don't know. Before, after, or in between. Here's a quick trivia from Bill. 2 players in Steve's lineups today played in the 80s. Name them. Whoa. 80s. I would say that Dick Green might have hung around that long. Maybe Kirkpatrick. Runner at first, 1 out. Okay, here's Hirschberger, as I digress like crazy today. Hirschberger at 256, 1 homer, 23 RBIs. There's Joe Horland. That would have been my next guess, Joe. Nope, it's not Green. Chance checks the runner, now from the stretch. The pitch to Hirschberger on a 2-6. Comebacker. Chance goes down to Knopp for 1 to first, not in time. That's going to be a 1-4 force play. Gosker is erased. Hirschberger to first, where he's a star 16, and Chance has a terrible hold. +7, Rogers with a -2 arm makes it 5, so Hirschberger 20 held at 18. He's going to roll for it. Needs a 5 or a 6. 9, he does not get it, and here is Repos. Repos 5 for 21 with Kansas City, a 238 average, 1 home run. Campy and Cardinal. Chance, 1-7 righty, high fly ball to center, playable for Cardinal, who makes the catch to retire the side. So no runs, a hit, 1 left, and we're scoreless after an inning. In retrospect, I should have known it was Cardinal. I think that's one of the cards he has in the ATG set. The 9L little cheap card. Ends up on a lot of teams as a platoon player. Dobson takes the mound for the second. Bobby Knopp will lead it off. Knopp hitting .229, 4 homers, 27 RBIs, and a league-leading 10 triples. The pitch on the 5-9 righty, swung on and missed, strike 3. Second K for Dobson. Here's the catcher, Bob Rogers, a switch hitter. He'll hit lefty against Dobson, hitting just .212, 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. Dobson into the windup. The pitch is a 4-7 left-handed, and he walks him. Second walk issued by Dobson. Rogers not a threat to run. Let's check the battery anyway. It's a 0 battery. And we welcome Paul Shaw back to the lineup. Shaw at 254, 4 homers, 15 RBIs. Dobson out of the stretch now. The pitch to Shaw on a 6'10 right-handed. It's catcher's card. That's Roof. Roof, a good catcher, 2E6. The result of that play is a 12. It's the E range. That's going to be a 9 on a 6. He should handle that. A slow roller in front of the plate. He picks it up, throws to first, and on the play, Rogers takes second. That'll bring up Chance with a runner at second and 2 away. Chance is a right-handed batter. The pitch is a 5-3. Grounded to the pitcher X, a 2-0 for Dobson. This should be an easy play. On a 10, it's a 7, and he makes the play. 1-3X, side retired. No runs, no hits, a man left. Bert Campaneris ended up with the Yankees in 1983. Man, that was a long career for Campy. I'd kind of forgotten that, to be honest. Nothing wrong with a 2-0, eh, Ben? Chance takes the mound. And yeah, Bill, I remember Shaw as a Royal. Danny Cater will lead off the bottom of the second. Cater on the season, 229, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. Hey, there's JC Sports. Welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. Let's see. It's Mike, isn't it? Forgive me if I'm mistaken. Chance into the windup. Pitch to Cater's a 3-9 right-handed, and that's a grounder to short, fielded by Fregosi, who throws him out. So right in his good call, and he rolls a tweener. Easy play for Fregosi, and there's one away. That'll bring up the left fielder at Larry Stahl. Stahl's hitting 278, 4 homers, 18 RBIs. Left-handed batter. The pitch is a 5-5 lefty. It's a high fly ball to right field. Backing up is Kirkpatrick at the track, at the wall. It's gone on a 2. Home run, Larry Stahl. And the Athletics draw first blood here in the second inning. Holy cow, 5-5 homer to 4. Double anything else. He rolled the 2. And for Stahl, his 5th home run of the season. And here's Dick Green now. Green, of course, the team's RBI leader with 35, comes in at 262 with 3 home runs. The windup and the pitch from Chance is a 3-7, struck him out. First K for Chance. 2 away, and here's the catcher, Phil Roof. Roof hitting 235, just 1 home run, 10 RBIs. The windup and the pitch from Chance is a 4-7, and he loses in ball 4. A 2-out walk to Roof will at least turn the lineup over as Dobson steps to the plate. Right-handed hitting pitcher. The pitch on a 2-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 Ks for Chance in the inning. But Kansas City scores the game's first run on a home run by Larry Stahl, and after 2 innings of play, they lead it 1-0. And there you go, JC. You saw the first run. And here's Dobson taking the mound for the 3rd. Who's hot, who's not today? In his last 10 games, Jack Aker has worked 7 scoreless innings. I should say in the team's last 10, honestly, not his last 10. But I assume most people know that. All right, top of the order. Here's Cardinale. He walked in the first. Dobson gets the sign. It's a 1-8 righty. Comebacker. Dobson fields it, throws to repose, 1 down. Dobson impressive at the outset here. Here's Willie Smith. You'd think so, Kelly. But really, I don't. Every once in a while, perhaps, but not the norm, no. Honestly, I've been listening to ocean sounds lately when I go to bed to help me go to sleep. It seems to be working. I like it. Dobson's lined up and pitch to Smith is a 5-2 left-handed. That's ground ball first base X. Tough chance for Repos, who is a 4-18 at first base. Here's the play on a 13, error range, 7 on an 18, did I say? 7 on an 18, that's off his glove. That's an error on Repos. So Smith reaches on the error. Smith's not a threat to run. And the batter is Jim Fregosi, who struck out in the first. Dobson from the stretch. 5-7 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. Fourth walk issued by Dobson. That moves Smith to second. And here comes Norm Seaburn. Doesn't it figure just when I said that Dobson had been impressive so far? Night driving in the rain. That's interesting. Hang on, I've got issues with this. There we go. Okay, Seaburn. First and second, one away. Here's Seaburn. Seaburn walked in the first. Dobson gets the sign. Full windup on a 5-6 lefty. Liner to second. Single to 4. It's going to be caught by Green. Big play there by Dick Green. And there's 2 down. It'll be up to Kirkpatrick. Dobson's pitch to the left-hander is a 4-7 lefty, and he walks him to load him up. Oh, my goodness. He should be out of this inning, but the error extended it, and he hasn't done himself any favor with the 2 walks. So here comes Knopp with the bases loaded. Knopp struck out in the second. Dobson a glance at third. The full windup. The pitch to Knopp. 3-5 right-handed. Struck him out. Big strikeout there for Dobson. And that will end the top of the third. So the Angels leave the bases loaded. And that was a chance wasted there. And we go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Athletics. Top of the order for KC as we go to the bottom of the third. Dean Chance ready to go to work. See, now all of a sudden I can see everything better. So maybe what I just need to do is sit down about 20 minutes before a game and look at the cards and the screen and get my eyes used to this particular setup. Honestly, there's way too much screen time in my life. I admit that. But I mean, that goes for a lot of people these days. Up steps Campaneris. He popped to short his first time up. Chance into the windup. It's a 6-6 right-handed. That's a liner to third. Single to 15, and that's into left field for a leadoff single. So Campy, always a threat to steal, especially with Chance and his +7 back there. 20 held at 18. He's rolling for it. Gosker standing in from the left side. 2 through 6 for 12. That's going to be a 9. He doesn't get it. What would he be on the back? 20. He'd still be a 16 on the back number. Here comes the pitch to Gosker. There goes Campaneris. The throw by Rogers. He's stolen it. And Campy a steal on the back number. And for Campaneris, his 21st steal of the season. 15, 20, and they're going to have to hold him at second, which doesn't happen very often. I hate holding runners at second. Gosker singled his first time up. Chance a glance at second. Comes to the plate, 3-11 righty. Foul ball back of the plate. That's going to be Rogers making the play. And that's the first out. Greetings, Larry. Welcome in. Here's Hirschberger 0 for 1. Chance of the windup. It's a 5-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Big K there for Chance, his third of the ball game. And it will be up to repos. The lefty 0 for 1. Chance into the windup on a 5-8 left-handed. High fly ball to center. Cardinal backs up a bit and hauls it in. So the Athletics leave Campanera stranded at second. No runs, a hit, 1 left. And after 3 innings, it's 1-0 Kansas City. I find myself constantly fighting the temptation to call them the A's. Did anybody call them the A's when they were in Kansas City? I would think that didn't start until the Oakland years. I guess it's not that big of a deal, really. Hey, Dan Douglas, how you doing? We've got 3 innings in the books in a 1-0 game as we move to the 4th. Dobson rated 5 for starter endurance. He'll be facing the bottom third of the Angel lineup here with Bob Rogers to lead it off. Rogers walked in the second, hitting left-handed against Dobson. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch on a 6-7 left-handed. High fly ball to center. Going back is Gosker, and he makes the nice running catch. Double to 7. He rolled to 18, and with 1 down, here's Paul Schaal. Here's the windup and the pitch from Dobson on a 6-7 righty. Fly ball to center field. Gosker back again. Double to 7. Gosker makes the play. Dobson taking a little extra time on the mound now to allow Gosker to catch his breath. And here's Chance, the pitcher, hitting right-handed. 6'10 righty is catcher's card. That's Roof, a 2E6. The result of that play on an 11, it's a 3 on an E6. This could be trouble, and it is. He picks it up and drops it. That's going to be an error on Roof. So Chance reaching on the error. Second error for the Athletics. And that'll get Cardinal to the plate. Chance at first, 2 away. Dobson from the stretch. The pitch to Jose Cardinal is a 4-9. High fly ball to deep left field. Back at the wall is Stahl, and it's off the wall for extra bases. Chance rounding, 10, 12. To center is Gosker. 0 arm. They're going to send him. The throw to the plate. Here comes Chance, and he scores. Cardinal to third on the throw. And we got a tie ball game. So Chance showing off some wheels there. Scores to tie it up. There aren't many situations where I would have done that with a pitcher running, but looking at Willie Smith's card, it's not hard to see why you would. The pitch to Willie Smith. 1-6, liner to first, single to 5. That's going to be a base hit for Smith, and he drives in another. Holy cow. Smith says, what, you're talking smack about me now? Watch this. Hold my beer. Willie Smith with an RBI single, and the Angels take a 2-1 lead. And now it's Fregosi. Smith takes his lead. The pitch to Fregosi on a 4-9 right-handed. High fly ball to deep left field. Stall back at the track, at the wall. It's off the wall for a double. Here we go again. Smith rounding third. 13, 15. He's coming to the plate. The throw to the plate. He is out at the plate. Stall to Campy to Roof, and that ends the inning. The Angels score 2 to take the lead. 2 runs, 3 hits, a man left. Both of those runs are unearned as far as Dobson is concerned. So the Angels, running the bases with reckless abandon, managed to take the lead. Of course, they did have a guy thrown out at the plate, so there's that. Still, Dean Chance will take the mound in the bottom of the 4th with the lead for the first time in this game, and it will be Cater, Stall, and Green. Chance gets his sign from Rogers. Here's the windup. The pitch to Cater, a 3-4 righty, high fly ball to left center. That's going to roll to the wall for extra bases. Cater in standing with a leadoff double. And here's Stall. Stall, of course, homered his first time up. Chance to glance at second. Now comes to the plate. 1-7 righty. Fly ball to center field. Playable for Cardinal. He makes the catch, and Cater will hold at second. Dick Green steps to the plate. He struck out in the second. Chance into the windup. Pitch to Green is a 1-9 right-handed. Struck him out. So Green down on strikes for the second time today, and it will be up to Roof. Do they want to pitch to Roof? They could walk him and face the pitcher. They're going to pitch to Roof. The pitch is a 4-8 right-handed, and he walks him anyway. Perhaps the unintentional intentional there. It does remind me, though, of what one pitcher once said. I wish I knew who the name of the pitcher was, but the pitcher once said, walk the 8th hitter to get to the pitcher. He says, I'll tell you what, if I'm in a jam and I've got the 8th hitter at the plate to try to get out of it, I don't walk him. I get down on my knees and thank the Lord. Here's Dobson now. First and second, 2 away. Chance, 5-10 righty, high fly ball to center. Cardinal has it, and that'll do it. So Athletics strand 2 in the 4th. And after 4 complete, it's 2-1 Angels. First inning of possible fatigue for Chuck Dobson. And Norm Seaburn will start it off. Anyone else have any trivia today? Seaburn walked in the first, line to second in the 3rd. Dobson gets his sign. The wind-up to pitch is a 2-7 righty, and he walks Seaburn. So a leadoff walk to Seaburn, his second walk of the game. That's going to get them stirring already in the Kansas City pen. Nobody throwing just yet, but they're moving around down there as Ed Kirkpatrick comes to the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk. Dobson working from the stretch now. Comes in there with a 5-4 left-handed. Grounder to third X. Could be 2. Cater of 421. Here's the play on a 7, error range. A 7 on a 21. His throw pulls him off the bag. That's going to be an error on Cater. To second, Seaburn. Third athletic error of the game. And Dobson in trouble once again. And Ken Sanders throwing now in the Kansas City pen. Bobby Knopp has struck out both times today against Chuck Dobson. Runners take their lead. Dobson the windup, the pitch on a 1-8 right-handed. Struck him out, and it's the hat trick for Bobby Knopp. Big strikeout for Dobson. And here's the catcher, Bob Buck Rogers. Dobson gets the sign. The pitch is a 6-4 left-handed. Fly to center field X. That's going to be a tough chance for Gosker. A 3-E-3. Gosker going back on his horse on a 9. Error range. 7 on an E3. He should have that, and he does. Nice play by Gosker. 2 away, it's up to Shaw. Dobson trying to get out of this jam. Here's the pitch to Paul Shaw now. It's a 3-7 right-handed. Grounder to short. Campy's got it. On the run to repose, and that's the inning. Angels strand a pair. No runs, no hits, 2 left. Halfway through and a 2-1 nail-biter. Here comes the trivia from Bill Ivney. After the 76 season, Campy signed with this team as a free agent. I just love it when they sound like they're in the form of a Jeopardy question. I will refrain from doing the song. Instead, I'm going to get a coffee. Okay. Let's see where we're at. And it was the Rangers. And welcoming in David Thayer. Yeah, I tell you, JC, for the life of me, I can't understand why they would hit repos in the cleanup spot. Two to 1 Angels, bottom of the 5th. Kansas City will start with the top of the order. Bert Campaneris. Campy is 1 for 2. Chance for the windup and the pitch. It's a 6-4 right-handed. Grounder to short X. Tough chance for Fregosi. Fregosi 2E36. Into the hole. Here's the play. It's an E range. It's an 8 on a 36. I can see it coming. That's going to be, he boots it. It's going to be an error on Fregosi. So the first Angel error of the game. Jim Gosker steps to the plate. Campaneris looking to run. He's held on at 18. 2 through 6, 12. 10, he does not get it. Still a 16 on the back number. The pitch to Gosker. There he goes. The throw down. He's stolen it. His second steal on his back number, number 22 on the season. And the tying run in scoring position. Here's the next pitch to Jim Gosker. That's a 6-8 left-handed. Grounded to first base. Excuse me. Let me double check this on the super advanced ground ball chart. Ground ball B to first. Runner at second. It's a 6. First, second runner advances. So the runner will advance on that. We'll score it 3-1. Campy to third. And now with Campy on third and 1 out, the Angels will pull the infield in for Mike Hirschberger. Hirschberger 0 for 2. Chance a glance at third. The leg kick, the pitch. It's a 5-4 right-handed. High pop fly to left. Smith jogging in, waits on it, and makes the catch too shallow for Campy to try to tag. So a big out there. And once again, it's up to Repos. The Repos man. Hey there, Franklin. Chance with the pitch. That's going to be a 4-11 left-handed. Fly ball left field X. Willie Smith on the run. 4-E8. Here's the play on a 5. He's not going to get it. That's down for a base hit. And scoring is Campaneris. RBI single for Repo. So the third time's the charm as he comes through with a run batted in to tie the ball game. 5-18. Now they're going to have to hold him. Repo's held at 16. He does have that 10 automatic caught. But this is Kansas City after all. They've stolen 52 bases as a team, actually 54 now. And he's going to try to roll it. 5 or 6, he's out on a 10. 8, he does not get the lead. Here's the pitch from Chance to Cater on a 4-8. He loses in ball 4. Repos to second. I don't know, Joel. That's I'd have to look up how to do it, in fact. You know, I'm going to defer this to Ben Witz. What would the situation / odds be on that? I know it's not very good. Back number -9, and he has to get the lead. So 15, he'd be a 6, 1-6 if he gets the lead. That's a 30% chance. And that's kind of why I don't do it. Not very often, anyway. Well, that's interesting. I have it on the computer game, Bill. I'll look that up here in just a moment. With 2 outs, Larry Stahl's the hitter. Runners on first and second in a tie ball game. And yet another unearned run. Chance's pitch to Stahl on a 5-5. That's ripped into the gap. High fly ball to right. Homer to 4. That's a double. Scoring easily is Repos. Cater can try to score. To center, 11-13. Cardinal -2, 1 through 11. With 2 outs, they're going to send him. The throw to the plate, he's a dead duck. What a throw by Cardinal to gun him down. So just one RBI for Stahl, but that's enough for the Athletics to take the lead. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 left. No, 1 left. Both runs are unearned. That's a lot of unearned runs in this game now. 2 for Chance, 2 for Dobson. So 5 runs in the game, and 4 of them are unearned. Right, and he has to get the lead. Still, yeah, 30% is better than a lot of weak hitters. I'll tell you, I will keep that in mind, Joel. And don't hesitate to remind me either, because I'll probably forget. Okay, what was I going to do? I was going to look up 64. Was he still with the Angels that year, Bill? Yeah, there he is. Nope, he only has a hitting card in 64. How about 64 extra players? He does have a pitching card in the extra players. And he had a 2.81 ERA. I tell you what, leave it to Bill. I did not know that about Willie Smith, although admittedly I don't really know much at all about Willie Smith. No, JC, I use the actual game lineups. If I was making my lineup out of this mess, Shaw would be leading off and Smith would be hitting 8th. Repose would not be hitting cleanup either. I don't know who would clean up on Kansas City, to be honest. They were using Cater there recently for most games. Okay, 6th inning. 3-2 Kansas City. Chance due to lead it off. 2nd endurance inning for Dobson. Oh yeah, maybe he is clutch. No, he actually loses a 2-2 and a 3-5. Holy cow. Chance is going to bat. Dobson with a 6-7 right-handed. High fly ball to center. Gotster backing up. Double to 7. And Chance leads it off with a double. Chance says, I don't need a pinch hitter. Chance reached on an error and scored in the 4th. Now a leadoff double. And here's Cardinal. Dobson checks the runner. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-7 righty, and he walks Cardinal. And here comes Alvin Dark, and he's not even going to wait around for him to fatigue. Dobson's out of the game, and they're going to Sanders. Sanders worked in this game in real life. Dobson ends up with 5+. He only allowed 4 hits. But he walked 7. Four strikeouts for Dobson. So Dobson's struggling with his command all day. And they're going to go to Ken Sanders here in a close game. No sweat, JC. A double by the pitcher followed by a walk, and yep, the day is over for Dobson. As Sanders gets loose, let's take a look at his numbers. He's been fantastic. Since coming over, he's 1-1 with a 1.59, 4 appearances. Let's take a look at Sanders' overall numbers. Kansas City, here's Sanders. He is 4-3, 3.38, 1 save, 35 innings of work, just 25 hits allowed. Refresh my memory, Joel. I think I do. I don't remember it, but I kind of do. You know what I mean? Runners at first and second, nobody out. Willie Smith, the hitter. Good bunting situation, but Smith a terrible bunter. Sanders into the windup. 6-7 lefty. Grounded to second base X. This could be 2. Green at 219. Here's the play. That's going to be on a 3. Diving stop by Green from the glove. He shovels it to Camp. He steps on second to first. Double play. Oh my God, what a play by Kansas City. Holy cow. 4-6-3 X. That will be a web jam. Talk about a rally killer. Sanders comes in and gets exactly what he needed. And I took a great play by Green to start it. It's up to Fregosi. Conference on the mound. They could put Fregosi on. He's going to go after him. That's right. Chance is at third. I moved his peg. I just forgot to write it in. Fregosi 1 for 2 with a walk. Sanders checks the runner at third. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch to Fregosi on a 3-9 righty. Routine grounder to short. Campy's got it, and that's going to do it. Sanders comes in and extinguishes the threat. No runs, a hit, 1 left. And as someone pointed out, that makes Dobson still the pitcher of record. Two runs, none earned. Kind of a weird line for Dobson. If you take out the walks, it looks like he pitched a great game, but really no excusing 7 walks in 5 innings. And taking the mound for the bottom of the 6th, Dean Chance. Bottom 3rd for Kansas City. Dick Green will start it off. Struck out twice so far. Chance gets the sign from Rogers. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch on a 4-5. He hits it the other way to right field. Kirkpatrick drifting over and makes the catch. Here's the catcher, Roof. Walked both times. Chance studying the signs. Pitch to Roof is a 2-10 righty. Ground ball first base, single to 6, and that's going to be fielded by Seaburn. He goes to Chance, and Ruth is out. Oh man, I should have double switched with Sanders. He's a 1 also, weak right-hander. Too early for Aker. Darn. I apologize for missing that. Sanders is going to bat. I want to keep him in another inning. On a 1-8, struck him out. 1-2-3 goes Kansas City in the 6th. And they lead it 3-2 at the end of 6. Kansas City, with the addition of Sanders, now has a pretty good bullpen. Plus, Sanders rated 4 for relief endurance, and he's got a ton of innings. He worked 113 innings in relief that year. A lot of these guys worked 100 innings out of the pen in those days. Nowadays, it's like half that. And we go to the 7th. Sanders back out there, pitching a fine job in the 6th to get out of that jam. Here's Seaburn to lead it off. 0 for 1, walked twice. Sanders into the windup now. Pitch to Seaburn is the 3-11 righty. Base hit the other way into left field. Drops it in front of Stahl. Rounds and holds with a single. A leadoff single for Norm Seaburn. No threat to run. Ed Kirkpatrick steps to the plate. I think there might be a couple more moves for Kansas City. Let's check their lineup, see if anybody's going anywhere. None of those guys. It's a City, let's see. They might be about done, actually. Let's check the bench. That's a good question. Oh, Ken Harrelson goes to Washington at some point. That's about it. So they're almost done. And yet they come into this game 6 games ahead of their real life pace at this point in this replay. Yeah, 11 pitchers. Kirkpatrick standing in. Sanders gets the sign. Pitch from the stretch is a 4-10 left-handed. He lifts it the other way to left field. Stahl drifting over and puts it away. That's out number 1. And here comes Bobby Knopp. Knopp, of course, struck out all 3 times. That was against Dobson. Sanders with the stretch on a 5-7. That's going to be a high fly ball to left. Stahl backing up, double to 7. That's a double for Knopp. Seaburn can try to score. 9, they're going to hold him at third. Well, a runner with normal speed might have scored on that, but not Norm Seaburn. It was 2nd and 3rd, 1 away. Angels threatening here in the 7th. Kansas City pulls the infield in. Tying run 90 feet away. Go-ahead run in scoring position. And Bob Rogers at the plate. Sanders, a glance at third. Now the windup and the pitch. It's a 5-11 left-handed high fly ball to right. Backing up is Hirschberger. That's going to be deep enough for Seaburn to tag. Here he comes. And that ties the game on a sac fly by Rogers. Paul Shaw, the batter now. Runner at second, 2 down. Hits the pitch to Shaw. It's a 6-7 right-handed. Second base X. Green will be tested again. 2-19. To his left on a 1. He knocks it down but has no play. That's going to go as an infield single. Stopping at third is Knopp. And Dean Chance at the plate. Don't want to, but pretty much have to. And Rick Reichart will step to the plate for the Angels. Reichart, the team's home run leader with 15. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Sanders with the pitch. 6-9 righty. It's a high fly ball to left field. Stall back at the track, at the wall, gone. Rick Reichart with a pinch hit 3-run blast. Knopp scores. Shaw scores. 3 big RBIs for Reichart. And it is 7-2. Excuse me, it is not 7-2. It is 6-3 Angels. So we let Sanders bat to keep him in there, and it didn't really work out for Kansas City. Sanders pitching to Cardinal now. The pitch is a 5-8 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. So 1 batter too late. He whiffs Cardinal. The Angels with 4 in the 7th on 4 hits. Nobody left. And as we go to the stretch, they've taken a 6-3 lead. For Reichart, that's his 16th home run of the season. Gotta love a pinch hit home run, right? I don't care which side you're rooting for. I mean, it's fun. We've had a few of them lately. It's a shame Willie Smith didn't come up. I'd leave Reichart in left and do a double switch there. Okay, Chance is out. 6 innings, 2, 3, 4, 6 hits. 6 runs, 4 earned. No, that isn't right. Good grief. Pull it out. Chance, 3 runs, 1 earned. 1, 2, 3 walks. 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts. Right, left. I'm thinking about bringing Lee in now. Checking the usage. He worked this game in real life. He is rated 3 for relief endurance, and that's what they're going to do. Looking at the Angel bullpen, Rojas has been exceptional. Lee's been good. Burdett's been good. Some of these guys, Sanford, Sukla, and Newman, have all been terrible. And there's world's worst gamer. Yes, Sanders consistently has good cards. I know what you mean, Worlds. Okay, a stunning turn of events in the 7th. Let's take a break. And we'll go look for Mookie, who surprisingly is not in the tree. So he's probably in the bedroom. I know the maintenance guy is removing a washer and dryer into the next door apartment, so he might be hiding. No, he's not in here. Well, where the hell is he? Mookie! Where are you, Mook? Yep. He was under the bed. Okay, I'll give you a treat. I don't want to tease you. You see how jumpy he is? Here. Go get him. Yeah, that's easier, right? He must still hear something going on next door that I can't hear. I must be getting new neighbors. The woman that lived there before did not have a washer and dryer. You have to pay extra for that. Okay, let's get settled in here and get back to the ball game. I'm laughing at Ben's comment now. Well, I certainly wasn't going to get down on the floor and look under the bed, Ben. It'd take me 10 minutes to get up. Bob Lee will take the mound. He's 1-2 with 10 saves, 2.97 on the year. Top of the order for Kansas City. Trailing by 3. Campy will lead it off. Lee goes into the windup. The pitch is a 1-7 righty. Fly ball to left. Playable for Smith. And there's one down. Here's Gosker now. Gosker 1 for 3 today. Lee into the windup. The pitch is a 3-6 right-handed. Pops him up left side. Shaw making the play. And 2 quick outs for Bob Lee. Yeah, I've got a couple things under my sofa, Ben. Courtesy of you-know-who. And here's the pitch to Hirschberger. That's going to be a 6-5 right-handed. Grounder down to first. Seaburn will take it himself. And Lee makes short work of Kansas City in the 7th. We're through 7, 6-3 Angels. Full body slam, courtesy of Captain Insano. We move along to the 8th. Entertaining game. That's not the cleanest game of the year for sure. Sanders going back out there. Smith, Fregosi, Seaburn. Sanders into the windup. That's going to be a 4-3 lefty. Fly ball right field X. That's Hirschberger, a good outfielder. 2E8. Hirschberger on his horse on a 20 makes a nice running catch. Here's Fregosi now. 1 for 3 with a walk. Sanders gets the sign. The pitch is a 2-7. Struck him out. Right in the heart of his good column. That'll bring up Seaburn. 1 for 2, walk twice. Sanders into the windup. Here's the pitch. 5-7 lefty. High fly ball to right. Hirschberger back. That is off the wall for extra bases. Seaburn coasts into second with a 2-out double. Well, Seaburn having a nice play at the day at the plate. 2 hits, 2 walks. And here's Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick 0 for 3 with a walk. Sanders with the pitch. That's a 3-8 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. And now they're moving around again in the Kansas City pen. And it's Wes Stock throwing down there. He's joined by the lefty, Guido Grilli. Grilli, a computer-only card. First and second, 2 away. Here's Bobby Knopp. Sanders gets the sign. The pitch to Knopp. 1-7 righty. He struck him out, and it's the golden sombrero for Bobby Knopp. Let's look at that. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. 6-3, bottom of 8. We'll look for some defensive replacements, most likely left field. So Smith will exit. And Jimmy Pearsall will come in and play left. Pearsall is a 2E9 plus 1. Here comes Mook. He's going for it. Go for it, Mook. Oh, yeah. Well, that was entertaining. Bottom of the 8th, it's Repos, Cater, and Stahl. Lee gets his sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 6-11 left-handed. Fly ball to right field X. That's Kirkpatrick. 3E2 out there. Good outfielder. Here's the roll on a 19. He makes a nice catch for the first out. 9X. Repos retired. And here's Cater. Cater 1 for 2 with a walk. Lee with the windup. The pitch with a 6-5 right-handed. Grounder to first base. Seaburn gloves it. Tosses it underhand to Lee. And there's 2 quick outs in the 8th. 5 up, 5 down for Bob Lee, and here's Larry Stahl, a homer and a double. Lee with the windup. That's a 4-8 left-handed, and he walks him. 2-out walk to Larry Stahl. Kansas City would need one more base runner to get the tying run to the plate. The batter is Dick Green, who's 0 for 3 today, struck out twice. Lee checks the runner. Now from the stretch, a 6-5 right-handed. Another grounder down to first. Seaburn will take this one himself. And another easy inning for Bob Lee. After 8 innings complete, it is 6-3 Angels. The Angels looking to break their 3-game losing streak here today. Sanders has worked 3 innings. But he's rated 4 for relief, so he's going to try to go for 4. That's true, Bill. Knopp did have a big hit in the game. So Roof, a pinch hitter, and Campy. Wait a minute. No. What are you doing? The Angels are hitting. Bottom third. Rogers, Shaw, and Lee. Sanders into the windup. Pitch to the left-handed hitting Rogers on a 1-11. It's a foul ball back at the plate. Roof goes back, tosses the mask aside, and makes the play. Here's Shaw now, 1 for 4. The pitch from Ken Sanders is a 2-7 righty. Single to 9, liner towards second. It is caught there by Green. And with 2 down and nobody on, Lee's going to hit. Lee is a 1, right-handed hitter. On a 3-7, grounder to second, routine for Green. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Sanders. We move to the bottom of the 9th. I want to thank everybody for watching as usual. Appreciate it. Lee trying to get a 3-inning save here. This will be his first endurance inning. It'll be Roof, a pinch hitter, and Campaneris. Roof 0 for 1, walked twice. Lee with the pitch on a 4-12 grounder, first base X. Tough chance for Seaburn. 4-E-10. Here's the play on a 17. He makes the play, feeds Lee covering, and gets the out. Now Kansas City will look for a pinch hitter. Lee. Could be Harrelson. That's who it will be. Hawk Harrelson's going to be the hitter. Harrelson on the season, .249 average, 2 homers, 17 RBIs. Lee gets the sign from Rogers. The pitch to Harrelson, 1-9 right-handed, struck him out. And Kansas City down to their last out. Campaneris, 1 for 4. Lee takes a deep breath. The windup, the pitch, 4-8 right-handed. Single to 16, liner second base way, and that's into right field for a hit. Trailing by 3. What the heck, it's fun. Let's see if he could... Excuse me. Let's see if he can steal -2 arm, 4. He's a 15. Held at 13. He will not be stealing. And here's Gosker. Gosker can get on. Hirschberger would represent the tying run at the plate. Gosker 1 for 4 today. Lee checks the runner. Now comes to the plate 6-11. It's a fly to right field X. That's Kirkpatrick again. A 3-E-2. Kirkpatrick on his horse. Here's the play on a 16. He makes a catch for the end of the game. Nice play, Kirkpatrick. That was a deep one. He had to go back a ways to get that one. Six to 3 Angels is the final as they snap their 3-game losing streak, and I'll have the totals here in a minute. I want to see what it looks like without this light. Okay, that's without the sunlight. You know, on my screen monitor, it doesn't look that much different. In other words, what you guys are seeing. It's quite a bit dimmer to me. Okay, Sanders went 4. Sanders takes the loss. He's 1-2 now. And Chance gets the win. So they rallied to make a winner of Chance, who's 10-5 now. Hang on, we're going to look at that. Is he the first 10-game winner in the American League? I'm not sure, but we're going to look it up. For Lee, that's his 11th save, a 3-inning save. He allowed only 1 hit. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Sanders in his 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, walked 1. That's right. 1, 2, 3 strikeouts. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Let's go to the stats here. Player of the game, anybody? Rick Reichard. Yeah. Okay, I'm looking up the league leaders. Let's go down here to pitching. He is! How about that? Dean Chance is the first 10-game winner in the American League. Jim Palmer has 9. And yeah, with a 3-run pinch hit shot, we're going to award the Player of the Game award to a pinch hitter, none other than Rick Reichard. I can turn on the overhead light, which looks good for me, but it casts shadows. That's why I don't use that. Let's see what's on tap for tomorrow. Let's total it out first. The Angels, 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. For the Athletics, 3 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors. And tomorrow's game will be the Giants at the Dodgers. Oh my, we've got Sandy Koufax for the Dodgers, Ray Sadecki, who hasn't started in a while. He'll be starting for the Giants. Always a treat to use a Koufax card, so you won't want to miss that. 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. And tomorrow is a Thursday. I had to look it up. I couldn't remember if today was Tuesday or Wednesday. How bad is that? Anyway, I'm going to get out of here and have something to eat. Thanks again, everybody, for joining me. Have a great evening and hopefully see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.